And Yolande Lougheed joins us now, and we're talking about something really important here.
Yes, it's important but not sexy. So it's one of those things that you never really want to think about, but
you have to do.
You have to do it. Is backing up your data, because we all have pictures, videos, legal documents.
Yep.
I mean, just everything's on our computer these days. If you think about what's on there and what would happen if you lost it, it would just be, I mean, for not only for an individual
sad.
but for a business, right? For businesses, if they're something fails on one of their computers and they don't have that data, I mean, you can lose your business. So definitely something you want to think about. And there's several things you can do to sort of get ready and just make sure, because it's going to happen at some point. It's not a matter. They always say it's not a matter.
I've had it happen.
Exactly.
And
it's not a matter.
Tears.
Did it really? It's not. It does for sure. A lot of people, the blood just drains out of your face.
You got
panic.
family photos, and they're gone forever.
They're gone
so
forever.
We don't want that to happen.
No. So you can do several things. You can use a CD or DVD and just back it up onto that. But the problem there is that you never think to do that, right? It's not an automatic thing. You kind of have to make a decision. Okay, I'm going to back some data up onto there, and you got to do it on a regular basis.
So it's a bit cumbersome. It's
a bit cumbersome, and then you got to store them somewhere. So there's a couple other options that work a little bit better. I've got an external hard drive here with me, and this is just a USB one, so you can just plug it in to the USB port on your computer, and it just basically acts as a backup. So it will have software with it in the box. They range in price, depending on how much storage you want to actually have. And what you do then is the software will allow you to set up an automatic backup time. So, every day or every week, sorry, you'll back up your data onto that. So you don't have to think about it. Your computer does have to be on. And the only problem with these is that if something happens, you get broken into, it gets stolen, or if there's a fire, they can walk off with this. So, as diligent as you've been in trying to back up all of this, then it could be a bit of an issue.
But that could have happened with a CD, anyways.
Exactly.
Right? So it's the same concept.
There is another one too. I just want to quickly show. It is by Buffalo, and it is a network storage device. So with this one, you would plug it into your router. So say you have a small business with several computers, or you have a lot of us have many computers in our home now. You just put that into your router, and then all of the computers can back up onto this guy. It's a good way to transfer around data within your system as well, and it's just nice to have one of these, particularly for business.
And it's slightly more expensive, I would imagine.
Yes, I can't remember how much this one is, but yeah, I mean, again, this one's 250 gigabytes of storage, so it has a lot of storage space on it.
It's more for someone who has a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing you can do, if you want to sort of make sure that if someone does break in or if you have a fire or something, is you could actually have two of these, and one of them could be on your premises, and one of them can be kept off-site. So, that way, if you remember to do that, it's kind of a little bit more work. But if you can remember to swap them out, then you'll always sort of have, at least some of your data, your really important stuff, backed up somewhere else, and not worry about it. But one of the things I really like now is an online service. There's several of them, but one I'll just show you here quickly is called the Data Deposit Box. This one is through Nerds on Site. And what this will do is do it all for you. So you don't have to worry about it. So your computer doesn't, you don't have to think, well, okay, when am I going to schedule it? Because it's always running. It'll always back up your newest data. So it's always looking, like several times through the day, it will be looking for new data.
That's great.
Yeah, and so that way, it'll back up, just whatever happens. So any revisions that have happened will automatically get backed up. Great for businesses. It is a little bit more expensive.
Do you pay a monthly fee for this service?
Yes.
And how much does that run?
It runs, well, they do it $2 per gigabyte, and I believe that's US.
So what does that on average work out to?
It could be quite a bit. It could be quite a bit. I mean, if you don't have a lot, like you were saying, like you probably don't have a lot. It depends how many pictures, how many videos, stuff like that you want to back up. But it could be $100 a month, could be $20 a month. It really depends on how much data you have.
And you're paying for convenience, I guess.
You are, and it's off-site, so that way if anything happens, it's off-site. It's all encrypted so that no one else can look at it. And it's kind of nice too, because then you can actually access your work files from home and vice versa, things like that, because you can access it through an internet connection through a different computer.
And this is, I mean, we were just saying earlier, before we came back on air here, that we didn't see this years ago.
No.
I mean, we stored stuff, but
you did, yes.
We're saving so much more now on our computers.
Yeah, well, I think, it had a lot to do with cameras. I mean, especially pictures. Like, I never print out my pictures. So I just think that's my big thing, is that if I lose my pictures, like, you know, that would be crushing. It would be terrible.
That's right.
But not to mention all of the, you know, like tax documents, legal documents, everything like that. It's just all on there. Even your Outlook file, you know, your email, if you lost that.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth the time to just look at it and sort of pick one, you know, at least you've got something, right? And
definitely. Now, we have the website, actually, for that site that you
yeah,
just
it's datadepositbox.com, or you can also go to the Nerds On Site website, and you can get to it through there.
Okay. Are they the only competitors out there doing this type of thing?
Oh, no, there's lots. So you can do
lots.
research and find one that'll work for you, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
No problem.
Great information, as always. As I'm saying, I'm always learning when you come.
Yeah, I
in.
know.
All right. And a reminder, Yolanda's Get Connected radio program airs today on CKNW on the Lower Mainland starting at 1 p.m. and on CKOV in the Okanagan beginning at 2 p.m.